So you and your friends keep playing Commander, but you're not having a lot of fun. People's decks power level is all over the place. You maybe don't like the politics. Games take 5 ever. So half the problems that you're having are probably because of the Commander format, and I'll get into that a little bit. And half of them are inherent to a multiplayer format for a game that was not meant to be a multiplayer game. And maybe I'll get into that too. Commander is a 100 card singleton format with one card that you get to recast over and over again. Like, I, if you have ever played any other type of Magic, just take a step back and think about what a like incredibly bonkers idea that is. Like, the game was not made to support that archetype. It was a just for funsies archetype that like a handful of guys came up with a long time ago. And especially now that Wizards makes dedicated cards to mess with the power level of Commander, it's kind of weirdly even more difficult to play. So the fix there, and my number one thing that I want you to get out of this, is you should try to play 60 card decks with your pod. Pick a format, like Pauper. Pauper is probably a good one. Find some cheap Pauper decks, put them together, or proxy some decks just to try it out, and get together and play. And you are probably going to have a surprisingly good time. You'll find that the decks are much more reliable. They're also, and like the games just go by faster because everybody's gonna hit what their deck's trying to do much faster. Now, most Pauper decks that you find online are probably going to be geared towards a duel, so you'll have to do some tweaking, but honestly, that's the fun. Converting a deck into something that works against 3 other people is actually kind of part of the fun of building for a pod or for a group that you play with. And then, as far as the politics, I think you will find that when you don't have to cast your commander 6 times before people keep killing it on sight, the politics will also ease up. They'll never go away. That is in and of itself part of the fun of a multiplayer game. But Commander makes it worse. Especially if you're in hour 2 of a 2.5 hour game and you get eliminated and it's like, well, now what? I started playing Magic in like battle circles and chaos circles. We were playing 60 card, basically modern decks against each other using just the cards we had, the cards that we had cracked open in packs, and it was probably the most fun I've ever had playing Magic. Yeah. Rose-colored glasses and all that stuff. But honestly, it was legitimately fun, and I have never had that much fun playing a Commander game. And if you approach your group and you're like, hey guys, let's try this, small decks idea, and they're like, no, just do it. You person who's watching this, you put together 4 decks, hand them to your friends and say, hey, let's play this. Somebody has to do it. You are responsible for fixing the fun in your group. Okay, that's a lot to put on you, but you know what? Somebody has to do it, and I believe in you.